Hey everybody, how's it going? So just wanted to do a mini little Christmas decoration video thing. So it's going to be dark on your end because I'm going to turn off this bright light that's right here, but I'm just going to talk while I walk around. So I'm going to turn the camera around, I'm going to turn this porch light off, and we'll be back in a second once I'm out and can show you stuff. Alright, so first things first, you can see a little bit more light from my side. So I'm going to turn the camera around again real quick, and as we walk out towards the road, you can see behind me, we're going to start over here at this big shed, the one I've been working on. Alright, so you can see inside we have some lights flickering. Those are those Hodang ceiling lights I've got in there. I've just set up just an alternating red to green color. You can see I have my Christmas tree inside there. The front door has its little package decoration on it, which does kind of shine nicely. If we look at the rest though, there's the rest of the house. So you can see that we do have some alternating colors and whatnot. It's kind of hard to catch. Trying to get it to focus and it doesn't work. But you can kind of get the idea here. We're kind of going through. So you can see that the colors right now, they're just kind of all being fancy and sparkly and stuff. But as you can see, we've got they sort of sync across, kind of like that. Over here in this corner in the left, we've got the spotlights down underneath, the little floodlight system going. Now these are all the Orchestra of Lights lights. I bought them from Lowe's. I've added a few strings over the years. The problem I have though, if we watch the top left corner of the house, when these change patterns, now you can see everything out here seems to be fine. That one has a tiny bit of a delay. And then over here, just a little tree I picked up from Walmart the other day. So there is a little bit of a delay in that top left corner, and I'll tell you why in a second once I get back inside. But as you can see, it does, I mean, I have a little star up there. That's just some 2x4s nailed into a cross kind of shape. An A-frame kind of looks like a star, which is the idea. It's kind of a bad angle from down here, but as you can see, it's sort of star-shaped. But then the idea is that all these lights will sync together using the controller hub. So there we go, kind of like that. And they do all these fancy dancy thingies. You can also run some songs off them and things like that. But anyway, that's what they are. I'm not going to bore you with them, but I'm going to pop out real quick and go over. Well, we'll just come over here. The light turned on for me, so there we go. All right, so the drawbacks to this stuff. A, they're not cheap. I think each string, there's two types. I've got the icicle style, which you can see above me, and then the style on that shed, or just little like the C7 bulbs or whatever, just the little globe bulbs. I think those run about $40 a length, and the icicle ones I think are about $50 a package, of which I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think, and then the other ones I have 1, 2, 3 of those strings. So they're not cheapest thing in the world. They're designed to be kind of a budget light-o-rama display, if you will. So it's one of those computer-controlled light things, right? Well, these are similar, only they come pre-packaged. You buy this little hub. Actually, I can show you one. I bought a spare. Actually, I bought 2 spares. One died on me, so I bought another one. And that's... well, back over into the light because. So anyway, one of the things you have to buy is this thing. Can you see it? There we go. Look at that. High quality. You need to buy one of these little hubs, which does me no good now. And that connects to your home Wi-Fi network, and then it broadcasts the show signal out to whatever light string can connect to it. So think of it like a, it's kind of a wireless, like a Bluetooth connection almost kind of thing, right? So the connection from this hub to each of these lights, the lights have a little box on the plug, and that acts as a receiver. That receives the signal from from here to tell the lights what to do and what patterns and all that stuff. But there's a range limit. So that's part of the problem I'm having, and that's why that one strand is a little delayed. And it's all because it just doesn't reach them all at the same time. Now, I can get most of the ones in the house to work if I put the controller in one spot on one of the desks. But then it doesn't reach out here to the two sheds. So the only solution I found is I have the hub inside hooked to an extension cord. I carry it outside to get these two out here to connect. Once they've connected, I take it back inside and I try to refresh it, hoping to get the other lights on the house to catch up. And it's close. So, I mean, it's about as good as it's going to get. And it annoys me. It really does. Even though I'm not the one out here watching it or anything like that. I'm in the middle of nowhere. It's not like I have an audience, but it still bugs the hell out of me when they're not all together. So, it is what it is. Not much I can do about it. There's a speaker unit that you can buy. That's what all those floodlights over there in the corner are for. Over there. You can see them flashing away in time with the lights. There's also a speaker on that, and you can play one of 6 different Christmas tunes right through it as a loudspeaker. It doesn't do FM broadcasting. It actually plays as a speaker. So I don't generally keep the sound up, because even though I am in the middle of nowhere, I do have neighbors across the street, and it's not very polite to them or nor my neighbors next door to have music playing, even if it does make the lights go blinky blink. Downfall to that is it's only those 6 preloaded ones. You can't download new ones or anything like that. They're pre-made. You can Bluetooth to the unit, but then you have to be close enough with your audio device to Bluetooth to them. So that's a thing. What else? That's kind of the limitations, really, is just, there's only so much you can do with it. I mean, you can kind of do some, color effects. It does have different holidays that you can choose from that are preloaded that just give you different colors. So, for example, if you choose 4th of July, it will turn all your lights red, white, and blue. And then you can choose like a starry effect or a glimmer or a blinking effect of those colors. Preloaded light shows like, the Christmas light show or like a color frenzy, things like that. But obviously it's not nearly as in-depth as some of the fancier shows that you see out there. So, that being said, and the fact that now that I've got the big shed, last year wasn't bad because I had lights on the shed out here, I think, and but I didn't have the bigger shed over there. So because of that, I didn't have to worry about not being able to reach everything. And this year, well, now it's an issue for me, and it really bugs me. It really does. I don't like not having things hooked together. I mentioned that I had to go buy 2 more of these. The one I had, the original one I had, I brought it outside and I set it outside to get these 2 out here to sync up. And wouldn't you know it, there was a quick passing sprinkle that literally I didn't even hear in the house. And it was like within 10 minutes, and I went back outside and it was wet. Well, normally, even regular electronics can survive a little bit of moisture, but apparently not this thing. So I had to go find the only Lowe's around that had any, especially this late in the season. Anybody that has them online wants $50 a pop. These things are $15 right now at Lowe's. So I drove a little over an hour away to one Lowe's that actually listed some in stock, and I bought 2 just in case. So one is running everything now again, and this is the spare that I just had in my car still. Yep, but anyway, so that's my Christmas decorations, the house over there and the lights out here and, my little tree over there in the yard and my big star up above me. The whole point of the star was supposed to be... Ooh! Oh, it's my neighbors. I'll tell you in a second. The whole point of the star was that on the road way down over the hill, you know, if people were driving by, they'd be able to see it. Well, you can sort of see it, but from down there, it's not big enough to identify. It's just white. And it isn't until you get driving on my road, down at the bottom of the hill, just before you come up the hill and you lose sight of it because of the hill, you can just make out that it's a star. Originally, I wanted to make it 8-foot legs, so to speak. But with the length of the rope, I wasn't sure if it was going to work. So, plus, I mean, I've literally just got these 2 legs right here just screwed into the side. We had a really big windstorm yesterday and it didn't budge. So it's definitely solid, but just not as big as I wanted, I guess. Anyway, way down there, you see right there, you can see some lights. There's a house to the, well, to this side over here. That is a beautiful brown house. Perfectly looks like a gingerbread house. And the owners used to always run these big globe lights all around it. Made it look really like a gingerbread house. And unfortunately, they sold that house and the new owners have no lights. And I don't know if they don't have any lights or if they just don't want to put lights up or what. But it's kind of a shame. Ever since I've been here, there's been this gingerbread house on the corner that's no longer there. So yeah, Orchestra of Lights lights, they're not the cheapest thing in the world. Like I said, the strings are 40-50 bucks a string, you know, for 20 feet long or whatever. And then the little speaker unit, that thing was like 80-90 bucks. There's another one that I bought that it's a little control box, and you hook it up and then you can plug regular lights into it, and it's supposed to be able to synchronize those lights, except it doesn't do anything with the app. I can't get it to do anything with the app. The only thing I can do with that box is treat it as a standalone box so that anything that's plugged into it will flash if you play the songs, same songs, that are pre-built into that speaker unit with the, you know, it's like an extension. It's like a standalone unit without one of these, even though it says it needs one of these. It doesn't sync with it. I have not ever been able to get it to actually sync with the hub. Right now it's 10 feet from the hub and it doesn't sync or do anything with it. So that was $90 well spent. Right now it's literally using, I've got it plugged in and it's plugged into an extension cord plugged into that Christmas tree light. My intent was to get it to try to flash with all these lights, make my Christmas tree flash. And it doesn't do anything. I don't, whatever. So, I mean, I've got, you know, probably $500-600 in these lights. And as dumb as it is, I mean, that's kind of where you start with some of the fancier stuff. So, anyway, that said, you know, I've got all the new ones. You know, this stuff out here is doing all its fancy stuff, and it's kind of neat, and it's mostly synced up. So if we look at the house again, you know, it's kind of doing syncy thingies. Oh, see, there's that delay. And then now. So, you know, it's got a delay. There is one other tiny drawback, and that is in the very far back corner over the house. There's one string of lights out there that actually doesn't sync at all. And it's because it's just too far away. And same thing, like if I run an extension cord and I take the hub inside all the way to that corner of the house where it's directly underneath the string, then it will sync up, but then all the ones out here lose sync. So figured at this point, I don't care. So yeah, that's not the cheapest thing in the world. They're fun, especially if you've just got like one local area, one house or whatever that you wanted to use it with. That'd be awesome. But for me, having expanded my quarters out into the yard, yeah, that's not going to work for me. So next year, I'm gonna swap all this stuff out for the computer control stuff. So I'm starting my shopping now. I'm not going to buy it now because it's ridiculously expensive. But come, you know, next year, early, you know, after December, when January rolls around or whatever, I'm going to start putting my orders in for all these pixel lights and controllers. I'm doing a shite ton of research about it. And yeah, anyway, long story short, this was my Christmas setup. You know, we've got all our lights going. House is doing its thing. So, happy holidays, everybody. We'll catch you later.